We are disclosure. You are disclosure. You. We are carrying this. We are carrying disclosure. You're part of it. All of us.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, did you guys think about when Siberia went dark in July? Like 3 hours.
What went dark?
Siberia, Russia, went dark for 3 hours.
Power outage.
Yeah, because the sun was blocked for 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah, when was that?
It's in July
In July.
of this year. You guys know anything about it at all?
I don't.
Right, nothing to do with a solstice or anything like
Stumbled
that.
the panel, sir.
I don't know. They just read about it. They said it went dark for 3 hours and the size of Italy.
I mean, Siberia is a huge area, about as large as Canada. I mean, it was maybe just a section of Siberia.
But for 3 hours, it'd be blocked for 3 hours.
Okay, but I mean, it would. I'm just saying, it would have been in all of Siberia. I don't think. It's such a huge area. But it must have been some section of Siberia. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Interesting.
That's very fascinating. I'd like to know more.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, next question.
Howdy, gentlemen. Heather from Houston, and I'd like your opinion or your theory on the 24 100-ton coffin-like objects that have been discovered in the caves of, actually about 12 miles south of Giza.
Serapium.
Serapia?
The Serapeum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
The resurrection boxes, yeah.
And so, alien, for sure.
Well, they're 80 to 100-ton boxes that are hermetically sealed and perfectly machined. And when you walk through that gallery, I mean, the story is that these are tombs for bulls. But that doesn't really add up, because they did find tombs for bulls in another area of the gallery, another gallery which were much smaller. And you walk through these, and they're so mysterious. They must be related to the goings-on at the Giza Plateau. The Great Pyramid is a human transfiguration machine. Words of Robert Laval, and I agree with that. The software for the Great Pyramid, the Pyramid texts, which talk about the transformation of a human being into a being of light, a flash of lightning, the Pharaoh scaling the stairway to heaven. And these massive black granite boxes are utterly fascinating. And every time I'm in that gallery, I'm looking at those and I'm remembering the story in the New Testament of the angels rolling away the stone. And some of these lids of these boxes weigh 30, 40 tons themselves, and they're just barely moved away by some huge force. It would take several hundred men to move one of these boxes by manpower in a space that's only suitable for maybe 10 to 12 people. So they were able to move these in by some other means or some other force. And as I'm looking at these boxes, I'm remembering the story of the resurrection of Jesus, who was taught all the wisdom of the Egyptians like Moses was, and thinking the possibility that, as the ancient Egyptians hinted, that these are in fact some kind of hermetically sealed box where people would go into the box, the lid would come on, and you're not coming out until you, in a flash, transmuted yourself into light, then you can beam yourself to other star systems.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
What's great about Saqqara, and you need to put Egypt, now that it's safe again, because in 2012 they had the revolution, and there was a few years where you really shouldn't have gone. Now it's safe again. Please put it on your bucket list. What's great about Saqqara, or fascinating and totally bizarre and mysterious, is that this passageway, this corridor, there's two corridors down there, and in one corridor.
You're talking about Serapeum, not Saqqara, though. I just want to.
I'm so sorry. Yes, the Serapeum. It was a long night last night. The Serapeum, and one of these boxes was absolutely abandoned in the middle of the corridor, as if the workers there left for lunch and they never came back. So you have to wonder, why is this spot, why was it's clearly an unfinished place.
And the Egyptian government now, they can't move this thing. Yeah. I mean, and it's right in the middle of this tunnel, blocking the way.
Because the lid is 75 tons and the box itself are about 250 tons.
I mean, they would have to get like big forklifts in there, and they can't do that. It's underground at Serapeum, and Giorgio was just there. I've been there a couple of times. The Egyptian government actually sealed it off from tourists for several decades. It is open now to go in there. And it is near Saqqara. Also, in the area of the Serapeum, is allegedly the largest structure, which is called the Labyrinth. And it is a vast underground structure that is still undiscovered, essentially.
Yes.
It is in that same area.
All the ancient historians mentioned this labyrinth, and it is yet to be discovered, which is what's so amazing. And therefore,
it's supposed to be the largest building of antiquity, the Labyrinth, and it's underground with huge galleries and stuff. Herodotus and a number of people talking
Well,
about
we'll wait for you to get security clearance.
Yes.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for your
much.
question. That was a good one.
Hello, well, really, I'm from Peru, South America, where you call.
mucho gusto.
I am really from Lima, but I am an archaeologist for law, and I've been searching the Incas from the time I was 6 years old. I wonder how I can give you, you say that you look for stories, and you look for discoveries. How I can give you my discovery? My knowledge.
To the producer.
Yeah, meet this man afterwards, maybe.
Yeah, after this, you give this to David, and yeah.
Well, I give you one of these yesterday when I have a photograph of you.
Questions, please. Please.
I know,
He may not have had time to read it. I don't know.
You and I
said it
can
was very
speak
busy
afterwards,
day
and
for us.
I'll take your information.
Where?
Just come up after the panel.
Okay.
Just come up here.
Right, because
Yeah.
I have it's like a puzzle when you're looking for, and you want to put the pieces together. Well, I find a way to put it together.
Okay, good. We look forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, next question, please.
Lady in back, please. My name is Dina, aka Agent D. I actually have sent Giorgio and David to find out what the most compelling extraterrestrial evidence that you held in your hand was. But I'm actually really curious to know if you guys watch your own show because it was on last night. It was on without So you can pick either one, whichever one you'd like to answer.
I didn't see that show.
The underwater Stonehenge.
Oh, that was in, that's the one in Michigan, you mean? The Stonehenge, and they found it in Stone Circle.
David, you were in that episode. You actually dove.
Yeah.
I think they're about South Americans. I did that.
No, right, they're in Michigan, yeah, and that, I didn't go diving at that one, but I was there. Yeah, only professional divers, they did that, and, yeah, there was, one of the stones there had a mammoth carved on it, underwater, right?
Yeah, we saw it.
Okay, well, that's a couple of years old, that episode. That's about 3 years old now, I think.
And, you know, the Great Lakes are the largest source of fresh water in the world. And it's thought that the Great Lakes are remnants of the glaciers and an ice cap. And the idea that there's, you know, underwater structures there in the Great Lakes. And they found that near Chicago, Lake Michigan. They also found structures there in the late 80s. It appeared on the local TV. It was about 80 feet deep. So, yeah, strangely, before the lakes were there were structures, and many of these structures are now 100, even 150 feet underwater. There must be more, too.
So do you guys watch
And
the
this
show?
and this
I didn't watch
implies
that one.
and this implies that either our ancestors had scuba gear to build this stuff, or the water levels were lower, and the water levels were lower 14,000 years ago, and that is a geological fact. So you can't have it both ways, or can you?
Thank you. I just have one more thing.
Thank you.
Please look at this.
Next question.
Think now, why did ancient people pick
That sounds like fun. BJ's baby. BJ's baby, right?
people couldn't.